Hello, my name is Kerry from Kerry's Card Creations. Welcome. So, I have got these bits left over from the handbag that I made that you would have seen on Monday. So I thought let's make a project using the bits up, which is what I've been doing on Wednesdays, making a project using the bits that I've got left over. So I have got left over from my last project, I've got a piece of white card, piece of coloured card, piece of pattern paper and a stamped image that I had. So what I thought was this measures 21 centimetres. So I thought we'd make a quick and easy milk carton. So my piece of white card measures 21 centimetres by just over 14.5 centimetres. So on the long side, I'm going to score at 6 and 10, and then 16 and 20. And then I'm going to turn it onto the short side and score at 4. And then I'm going to score it at 13.5. And then I'm going to score it at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to score it at 9.5. Am I going to do that? Yeah, 9.5. Okay, then I'm going to turn it back to the long side and I'm going to score at 8 centimetres, just down to that first score line, 8 centimetres, and at 18 centimetres, down to that first score line. So when you turn your card back to the long side, you want to make sure that the 1 centimetre section is along the top. Then I'm going to score diagonally. This is not easy on my scoreboard, so you have to excuse me. Diagonally, I'm going to score from that. We're working in these 4 centimetre square pieces. So I'm going to score from the right hand corner. I'm just eyeballing this now and hoping for the best. Up to the bottom of that score line. So I've scored from the right, and then I'm going to turn it and do the same on the left corner. So I just have to hope that I've got these lined up. So I've got that shape. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. So I just find a groove. If you've got a better way of doing this, but I used to have a different scoreboard and it was a lot easier to find my grooves because these have got smaller increments in them. Right, there we go. So that's what you've got now. Okay, so let's fold and burnish. And I'm sure everybody has made milk cartons in the past. So fold and burnish. One more. Right, okay, so I need to turn mine over, so I'm cutting from the back. So my 1 centimetre section now is on my left hand side, and the 4 centimetre section is at the bottom, and then I've got the 4 centimetre section and the 1 centimetre section at the top. Right, so I'm going to do the bottom first. So I'm going to cut up this score line here, straight up, and I'm just going to remove the score line. So I cut right next to it, and then miter that box there, and then I'm going to do the same the other side, and then miter that one there. And then I'm going to do the same with the other. This time I'm going to just remove that rectangle. So I've mitered up and I'm just going to miter down and remove that rectangle in the corner. And that's your gluing tab then. And then I'm just going to, you're going to leave all of that and then just miter the top of that 1 centimetre section. So that's what you should be left with. Okie dokie. I'll put that over there. So now then, coloured card. I know they're 6 and 4, but I need to work out. Right, so it's 5.5. So I need 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 5. 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 5. Yeah. Then I need 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 5. What does that measure? Cut it down to 5. So 3.5. 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 5. Let's pop that out the way. So 3.5 by 5. And then I need 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 5.5. Does that measure 11? No, of course it doesn't. 3.5 by 5.5 to go. You'll see it in a minute. Oh, you can just see that. Let me just move that in shot so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so I want one more piece that measures 3.5. 3.5 by 5.5. Okay. Still got some left. Look. Then my pattern paper. Now then, these need to be 4.5 by 5. Right, so these need to be 4.5. 4.5 by 5. That's them 2. Right, so these need to be 4.5 by 3. 4.5 by 3. Yeah. Right, then I need 2 pieces that are 3 by 5. 3 by 5. 2 pieces. That's right. Okie dokie. Let's glue all our pieces in place. So if you've been watching my Wednesday videos, you'll know that on Wednesdays what I'm trying to do is use bits that's on my desk, not put them in the bin or put them in the scrap bin, but use them up and actually make something with them. So I have been my scrap bin is still massive, but I'm using more. By doing this, I'm using more. So although I'm doing tutorials, I'm hoping as well that it inspires you to use up what you've got to I mean, I tend to, before I started doing this, I would have loads and loads of bits, and I've got boxes and boxes of toppers that I've made, stamped images that I've stamped and coloured and cut out and not used, and I've got 2 huge scrap bins full of coloured card and pattern paper. So this really is helping to by doing these on a Wednesday, it's really helping to use up some of those bits that I just keep hoarding away. And you don't really want to throw them away because they're big pieces of pattern paper and coloured card. And then you've gone to all the trouble to stamp these images and make these toppers and things, and then to think that you're going to not use them. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully what these Wednesday videos do is inspire you to see what you've got and make something to use them up with. I mean, it's not a very big box, but you could put something like if you was just like gifting something small, maybe a pair of earrings, something like that. Would go in there quite nice. So the finished measurements of this will end up being, this bit here is 5.5, that is 6, and then that one's 4, so it's going to be like, and then obviously you've got that top piece on. I think milk cartons was probably one of the first, when I started out in papercraft all them years ago. I think I did card making, and I think milk carton box was probably the first thing I actually made that was a project, not a card. Right, so turn it over to the back, fold that first section over, add glue to your 1 centimetre section, and pop that over there, bring that over, and just make sure that's well stuck down. Look, I've still got all that left. I've got to think of something to make with that now. Right, so seam at the back. My seam is at the back. I'm just going to pop those out my way. So I'm going to fold the 2 sides over, add glue. Fold my 2 sides over. Fold that back one forward. And then add glue to the front one. And then bring that forward. There we go. I'm going to stick my bone folder in there and just make sure that that is well closed, and then pinch those 2 sides and pinch the top, and there is my little milk carton box, nice and easy. I have got some clips, and I shall go and get a clip in a minute. I think for now I'm going to see if I've got a oh, I've got a little peg in here at the minute. I have got some clips, so I will find a clip to go on there, but for now I'm going to pop a little peg on there. Okay, so that's my bag. Look, he's going to just fit perfect on there, look at that. Let's get some foam pads. This is a really cute stamp set that this is. They're very comical looking characters. Take that off there. Put that on there. Okay, let's move all that out my way. Bring my box back. stuck. I'm just going to pop him on the front. He is very cute. There's my little milk carton box. Like I say, I mean, they are taller, so he's going to end up, the height is going to be, let me see, 10 centimetres. So the height is 10 centimetres, because then obviously you can fit bits in there, and then it's 6 by 4. So 6 by 4 by 10. That bit there up to there is 5.5. So it's quite a nice size. You could make that smaller. I just think that was a nice way to use up my paper that would have obviously just gone in my scrap bin, and he would have just gone in back in that pot. So yeah, there you go. So there's my little box today. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be lovely. Leave me a comment. Any questions, please just ask, and I'll be back again soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.